I got this big old sketchbook, and it's 10 by 10, and you're probably familiar with the ELO sketchbook already, because many people in the art community really like it. But just to put in perspective, this is an 8 by 8 ELO sketchbook. Even if it's only like 2 inches on each side, it's still really big. But I want to draw on this cover because it's kind of boring and I don't really want to buy stickers right now. So I'm going to go ahead and start right on that. So I started out with the sketching part, and it's kind of hard to see, but I think like it's still not that bad, so hopefully just hang in there. You can see it once I start painting for sure. So yeah, like I had a really hard time seeing it anyway. And sorry if I sound a little funky. You know, my allergies are acting up and I think I might have a cold, so there you go. Yeah, well, just don't worry about me, I'm fine. Let you know if anything interesting happens, you know. But anyway, like I said in the intro, I got a new sketchbook and I wanted, like, I'm painting on it, so there you go. And so yeah, I can't really explain how I came up with this concept. It just, like, I was just doodling some little concepts and this one came into my brain. It was like, boom, we're doing that. Just a lady in space, you know? And yes, I have seen other people paint, like, space scenes on their sketchbooks, but I still think it's fine because, like, this, I don't know, I feel like this is like a mix of the sky and kind of also like just the morning, like the normal sky, and then like just space in general. I don't know, I don't really know how to describe it, but I really like the way it turned out, so there you go. Anyway, so yeah, so like also like I said, the ELO sketchbook is very popular and I've used it once before. They're pretty good, I like them. I really like the square shape of them. At first I thought like the size of the sketchbook would have been a problem, but it really isn't. Like, I've gotten used to drawing in it and it's really not that big of a deal. Like I take it around school and it's not that big of a deal. But again, school's only been in session for 3 days, so there you go. So yeah. So when I started coloring, I started coloring with her skirt, or her like dress skirt thingy-majiggy. And for like the bottom of her skirt, I wanted to make it look like, I wanted it to blend in with itself and just look really nice. And so yeah, so I had a hard time trying to like finagle the way it did, but, or like just find a way to blend it out, but I did. I'm so happy with the way it turned out. But like what I found out is that if the markers are still wet, like you can't really go over them again, especially with a different color, so you just kind of have to wait. So I'm using paint markers and I have them from Amazon. I'm just looking at what, they are the Artistro acrylic paint markers, and I have a 30 set. I'll have a link in the description if you're interested in them. Yeah. I'll also have a link to the ELO sketchbook because, yeah. Let me know what kind of sketchbook you like using, because that's cool, because I'm always looking for a good sketchbook. So it was really, I had an extra sheet of paper with me so I could like activate the pens if they needed to, because sometimes you kind of have to shake them up and then they'll work, and then it's like I said, at first I had a really hard time blending in the skirt, and I was looking for a foam brush and I couldn't find one, so I just got a different brush, and that totally changed it. Like, that's how I was able to get in it. What I was trying to say is that like the brush totally changed the game in the painting, and I don't think it would have turned out as well as it did, or as at least I think it did without it. And so yeah. Also, a thing with the layering is that the sketchbook surface is really smooth, and so the paint doesn't really want to stick to it. I think that's why. Don't quote me on that, but you know, because I don't know a whole lot, but I think I know what I'm doing. So you've probably seen paint markers around, and yeah, so a lot of people have the Posca pens, and I have one, and it's a white one. But yeah, I wanted to decide if I liked this medium or not. And really, I don't think you need super expensive art supplies. And like if you want to upgrade to a nicer kind, like go ahead, go for it. No one's stopping you. Just don't like have to pull out a loan for art supplies. But it's nice because I got these for my birthday. And yeah. It's just a lot of the time art looks ugly before it looks good. Like now it's starting to look a bit better, and it's just so cool to watch. I totally like recommend like even taking work in progress photos, because it's just so cool to see like the way it kind of transforms, because sometimes you can totally screw it up and sometimes you like fix it and it's like, oh, and it's amazing and you love it, and it's like, I am amazing, and sometimes it's like, well, crud, and that's okay, because not everything's gonna turn out perfectly. Whoever came up with the idea to put paint in a marker is a genius, because I am such a messy painter. Like even with these markers I got smudges all over the sketchbook, but I think I was able to fix it and it still turned out pretty good. So yeah, like I did use other acrylic paint, especially for the bottom of her dress, because it's easier just to get more paint that way anyway. So yeah. So that explains like the weird little tub and me squeezing paint out, if you were wondering. But yeah, that's it. I'm doing weird things with my hands. Okay, anyway, I added that star and I'm not super happy with it because I was going to add the sketchbook number to it. It's like, no, it doesn't need to be like smack dab in the center. So like I ended up putting it on the spine and like at the bottom. Well, so this is my 14th sketchbook. And I wrote 13 in my white gel pen. And only the other day I just realized I wrote the wrong number, and I just felt so dumb. So I wrote over it, but it's just like, it still looks like, oh yeah, she forgot, because I did. So there you go. I also like I said, I painted the spine, and now I'm realizing that wasn't such a good idea. Like if I just like wrote something simple, it would have been fine. But since I did like a layer or two of paint, it didn't turn out like it's cracking because I keep opening and shutting it. So yeah. I'm also super happy with the way the hair turned out. Like, it just looks so nice, especially against the darker tones of the skin and the sketchbook. Then I moved on to the back. I just wanted it simple, and I didn't want, like, I already had some weird smudgies on it, and so yeah. I still went a little overboard because that's what I do, but you know, that's how we work over here. So yeah, I used the flick technique to paint stars, and I had to go back over the skin, or like the character, because I got paint all over it. So initially I was planning on doing a darker skin tone for this character, but the set that I have doesn't have a lot of good like options for darker skin tones, and I'm a little sad about that. But I think using the magenta that I did, where is it? I don't know, but I'm gonna call it magenta, but yeah, was a good alternative anyways. But I'm glad I was able to work around that, but yeah, it's whatever, you know. And I also like just colored in the ELO logo, but I'm a super messy painter, like I was saying, so it didn't turn out amazing, but it's fine. And I just wanted to add a lot of star speckly stuff, and just, I don't know, I'm obsessed with space themes and all that jazz, so yeah. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe. That would really help me out. Let me know what kind of videos you want to see next. Make sure to like this video and comment something down below. And yeah, I'll just turn on music for the rest of the video. Sorry this is a little long, but you know, I just think this took me a long time, and I couldn't really condense it down anymore. I probably could have if I really wanted to, but I think it turned out this way. Another thing about painting on the sketchbook, like, it's gonna have some wear and tear, and I'm a little sad about that, but it still looks pretty good, so yeah. Anyway, see you next week, and I'll have a video. I'm doing my best to upload every week, even with school, so yeah. Thank you so much for your support. Love you. Bye!